Yo, what's good, y'all? In today's video, I'm about to show you guys how to change properties. Like, in general, I consider it property manipulation since, like, in general, you're changing properties. Like, this is going over, like, different things rather than just trying to, like, move a part or change its color. We're going over how to move it, change its color, like, move it, change its color. Its position, maybe its C-frame, its rotation, just general things like that and stuff. This is part 2 to my beginner scripting tutorial and stuff. You guys showed a lot of love and support on the first one and stuff. I was hoping that like I explained things good and stuff, and it appears that I did. But yeah, I apologize for not having uploaded in a week. I've been busy with school and stuff, and now I'm on break as well as my birthday today and stuff. So yeah, I've been having a good day. So of course I gotta come to y'all with a video and stuff like that. I'm working on another special video. I might have it up during the week, but yeah, though. But I will continue this series as long as you guys continue to support it. And yeah, but yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so for part 2, we're talking about property manipulation. If you don't know what a property is these things, right? Things like the color of the material, the color of the parts, the material, if it's transparent, like if you can see it or not, if it's locked, what is it parented to, what's its name, what's the size of it, its C-frame, pivot, can it, like, is it supposed to touch things, like things like that. Those are properties, right? So as you guys know, you can obviously change properties obviously in like the tab. Y'all know that though. You can change properties like in the tab and stuff. Wait, can you guys see? Oh, you guys can't see that part. Oh, okay. Let me move it over a little. Yeah, I just realized y'all can't really see. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's better. That's better. Now, okay. Yeah. Okay. Alright, there we go, there we go. Okay, so like I was saying, so right here, as you guys can see, we can obviously change the properties manually here, but that'll only affect it, like, that'll be what it's set to, right? Which pretty much means you can't do anything actually during the game. Because I don't know, maybe you want to have, like, every time a player steps on a part, you want it to turn, I don't know, maybe turn red for like 3 seconds to show like it's deactivated, then have it turn back green after 3 seconds, like a cooldown and stuff, things like that. You need scripts, right? So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. So you guys can put scripts into parts and stuff. You could either have scripts in script service and like have it changed to there, right? Or if you're having local changes, you could have it in starter player or starter character scripts and stuff. It completely depends on what you're trying to do. Again, local means it only affects that one player's side, like only what the player can see. Server side affects all players, and the server can see the changes or experiences the changes, I should say, as well, right? So let's just insert a part, right? This is our part, right? So what's it called? First thing first, we'll just anchor it, just for the sake of anchoring it, right? So let's say, I don't know. Let's say I wanted to change literally what I said. Let's say every time I step on this part, I want the color of the part to change to red for like 3 seconds. Then I want it to change back to green, right? So what we can do is insert a server script. We'll call it test script, since we're practicing, we're testing, right? So we're going to use what we learned in the first video. If you haven't checked out the first one already, then I would suggest you could watch the first one, right? I'm gonna just put this here in the middle. I'm gonna just put this in the middle. There we go, there we go. Yeah. But anyway, okay, right? So we can delete print hello world. So what we learned in the last video, we learned how to use functions, right? We learned for a function, obviously you give the function a name, and then in between the lines you put what you want to happen when this function is run, and then at the end or at the beginning, depending on how you write it, because there's 2 ways to write functions, you put what triggers said function to occur, right? Now I'm gonna write it. First way I'm gonna write it is how I usually would write it, right? So I like to do, like, sometimes I do get lazy, so I do script.parent, because this is kind of the lazy way to do it. Script.parent, which when we're saying .parent, we're saying the parent of the script, which is of course the part. So script.parent touched, right? Which pretty much means anytime anything. This isn't just players or anything. This means anything comes into contact with the part, it will trigger this event, right? So we'll do touched, connect, which means we're connecting from when it is touched, then this will happen, and then we're turning it into a function, right? This is a function. Then in parentheses, you're putting kind of like an identifier, like something like pretty much you're giving the thing that comes into contact with the part a name. I usually go with hit. You can name it just really anything, but I call it hit, right? Now, we need a way to distinguish or determine if the thing touching the part is either a player or like an object. Like, I don't know, maybe your game was like a shooting game and like stray bullets may hit it or grenades or something. The point is, you want to be able to tell it's a player, right? And not like just like an object or something. So what we would do is an if statement. And if you remember from the last video, if statement pretty much means once the function runs, if this, we'll say, if this statement is true, I feel like that's the best way to put it. If this statement is true, then we will proceed. And then if not, you could have an else or an else if statement. What else if pretty much means, like, look, else if means pretty much if the first thing didn't work, then try this. Else means if the first thing didn't work, it doesn't matter what else it is. You just do this. That's what that pretty much means, right? So yeah, so we're going to use an if statement. We're going to say if hit dot parent. The reason why we're doing hit dot parent is because whenever a character comes into a player's character comes into contact with like an object and stuff, what's touching them isn't technically the player, it's the player's parts, right? It's the player's part. Hence why we're doing hit dot parent, because we want the parent, which is pretty much the character, right? Then we're doing find first child humanoid, right? Now this could in a way backfire depending on if the game has NPCs and stuff like that, right? If the game has NPCs, this could technically backfire and stuff. Now a surefire way to do it, you could use a for I in pairs loop, but if you're watching this tutorial, I doubt you're messing with AI's NPCs and stuff, so you should be good. Just do it like this. But yeah, though. So we're looking for a humanoid. We can click enter, right? So we're pretty much saying if hit.parent, if they can find the humanoid, the child of the character, which pretty much means the character, right? Then this will happen, right? So then we can say script.parent dot, we'll do the brick color is equal to brick color dot new, right? And then inside the parentheses, we're going to put quotation marks and then choose what color we want. You have a lot of variety, a lot of options. Of course, like we said, we're going with red, so we're going to go with red, right? And voila, that's how you change the colors of a part. We reference, like, I know I should have probably explained this in the first video, but the key to scripting is referencing, right? You need to reference things to change things or make something do something else, if that kind of makes sense, right? Like how we're referencing the part to then say, when this happens, do this. Or how we're referencing what comes into contact with the part with the word hit, right? So what we're going to do is, when it changes the color, the brick color to red, we're going to do is script dot enable. Wait, is this? Oh, I thought they removed one. Anyway, we're gonna do script.enabled equals false. You can do script.disabled equals true too. It doesn't matter. It does the same thing, right? And then we're gonna put a weight on it. We'll say weight 1.5. Then we'll say after the weight, we can just copy and paste this. So we'll just double left click on this, Control C and Control V, or just right click and then kind of copy and then right click down here and paste it if you're like on Mac or something. Then we'll change it to, what color is this? I don't even know what color this is. Actually, we'll just change it to a green. I don't even know what color green this is. Oh, lime green. Okay. So we come back over here. We'll change this to lime green, right? And then we will re-enable the script, right? We'll rename the script. Disabling the script pretty much means, what's it called? It pretty much means the script will not work depending on if you just have it set to what's it called? If you have the script set to disabled and you don't do anything after that, it's gonna just stay disabled, right? But as you guys can see, we're re-enabling the script, so we can just go ahead and just test that, right? So right now it's green. We have it set to where it's gonna turn to red. So if we click play, right? Uh, I like the new Roblox thing. I don't know. I like that. Okay, right now if we okay, if we go step on it, right? As you guys can see, the color changed to red, and then it changes back because it only I know why. It's because we made it for 1.5 seconds, which is in reality not a long time. Like it changes back quick. But as you guys can see, we step on it, turns red. Wait 1.5 seconds, turns back green. Right. If we set the timer for longer, you guys would see that like I could stand on it and it wouldn't change and stuff. It would still have to wait. But yeah, so that's how you change colors, right? I just wanted to kind of explain the whole process of how you change properties. Now I'll show you guys how to change like different things because of course I know there's like you guys want to learn how to change everything. Okay, so let's say you want to change the position, right? Let's see. We could still use this. We can still use this, right? Yeah, we can still use this. Okay. So let's say you wanna change the position, right? So positions use vectors, right? When you're dealing with like objects in the workspace, those are vectors. When you're dealing with UI, I'm just like letting you guys know so you guys know the difference. Like there's a difference, right? I'm gonna just insert a screen UI and then insert a text label. You guys don't have to do this. I'm just explaining this. So this, it may not, yeah, I won't say it here, but this is not the same, like, not that, sorry. This is not the same thing as, I don't know why it's locked. Oh, it's not locked. Anyway, that is not the same thing as, where is the position? Let's see if I, oh, right here. That is not the same thing as this. That is not, parts like in the workspace use vectors. UI uses UDIM, or you can say UDIM, UDIM. I just say UDIM. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to explain the little difference. But yeah, just want to let you know. But anyway, so to change the position, we could say every time a player touches it, we'll say script dot parent dot position. Now you can't just say like you may think that like you could just put it like how it says like that. So just to let y'all know why there's like it's separated by commas, right? Because this is x. This is x. The first thing is x. Second thing is y. Third is z, right? That's how position works, right? So you can't just say like position is equal to number comma number. That will not work, right? That will not work. You need to use a vector. So you do vector 3 dot new, then in parentheses, then you would put your numbers, right? So what we could really do is we could just manually put in a new vector, or we could say like, or we could do it where like it's kind of like an automatic thing where like it'll multiply, it'll like move on its own by like multiplying the current position times like a number every single time it's touched and stuff like that. I don't feel like going through the process of trying to figure out like what's like too high of a number and what's too low of a number, so we're just gonna move it to like a random coordinate. I'm just gonna subtract everything by like 2, so negative 14, 8, 18. Yeah, right. We'll move the position like that, right? So if we click play, then if we step on it, as you guys can see, oh, I have no, oh, it must have, oh, I'm stupid, it went under the map. Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there. As you guys can see, it did go under, but yeah. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, you can click this like to switch between, like right now I'm on the client, which means I see, like this is what I see. This is server, which means you're just seeing what happens on the server, right? Like you see how like I can access server script server and stuff like that, and server storage and stuff. Like let's say there was something in server storage, I could see it on the server side, but I would not be able to see it on the client side. Like I still see server storage, but I would not be able to access anything inside of it. However, I can access things in replicated storage. Yeah, but yeah. I think you guys are getting the gist of like how property manipulation works. Oh, I know. I'm gonna explain to you guys how enum works. Okay, so for like let's say you want to change the material of the part, right? When someone steps on it, so let's do script depend on material. Now, material is kind of different, right? You don't just put the name of the material. You have to use something that's called enum. Now, enum, I'm not really sure how to really explain it, but to kind of put it into simple terms, enum is like it's sorted into list under categories of things, right? and then from that list you choose what you want. Like that's literally like a very easy way to explain it. So we could do enum dot, let's say I wanted to use key code, like I'm trying to like say like when a certain player touches a key on the keyboard, right, then I would choose between like amongst the list that they give me, right? For this particular case, we're doing enum dot material. Then it gives me the entire list of materials and I would choose. So let's say I want to change it to granite when I touch it, right? We can go ahead and test it. And when we touch it, boom, as you can see, it is now granite. No longer plastic. It went from being plastic to now granite. Oh, I didn't mean to look up, but anyway. Yeah. Transparency, transparency is just like certain things are just like normal numbers. Like transparency, it's just literally just a number. Like transparency equals, like you don't need to put you don't use vectors or anything. You just put 1 or 0.5 or whatever it is you're trying, what's it called? Whatever it is you're trying to do and stuff. Same with reflectance. Yeah, they both just use that. Oh, size. Okay, so size, it works with XYZs too. Now the way size works is, what's it called? Size uses vectors as well, actually, not just position. So, I think, I don't know why I feel like I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. But anyway, you don't think about this stuff. You don't think about, let me see. Yeah, vectors. Okay. I was like, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like telling you all the wrong thing. But yeah. So size and position of parts use vectors 3, just to be exact, right? So it's the same as XYZ. So let's say you wanted to change the size. I don't know, vector 3 dot new. We'll double it. 8 to 4, right? So yeah, C-frame. Now the way C-frame works, C-frame is kind of like position. Not really sure how to really explain the difference, but C-frame is pretty much, it's essentially like position. You're just kind of changing the coordinate frame, because that's what C-frame stands for, coordinate frame. You're changing like kind of the coordinate frame, like its literal place within the coordinate graph rather than the position, if that kind of makes sense. I'm not really sure how to really explain it. But yeah, and then things like with just check marks and stuff, like can't collide, it can't touch, those are booleans. Like, and that means it's yes or no statements pretty much. Like script.parent can't collide, and then you put true or false. True obviously means yes, false obviously means no. So yeah, and same with anchored, and then yeah, and stuff. But yeah, we can go ahead and test this though, just for the sake of showing you guys. Yeah, I'll leave that on actually. Yeah. So if you don't know what can collide means, can collide pretty much means if you try to like touch the part, like you see like I can stand on this, like how I can stand on this, that's because can collide is enabled, right? Now, can collide isn't enabled on this part, right? Hence why I'm able to walk through it. But when I go here, I can't walk through it. It makes me stand on top of it. Well, it looks like I'm walking through it, but I'm standing on top of it though. But yeah. So that's property manipulation. I hope this video was helpful and not waste your time. If it was helpful, I'll leave a comment down below. Join the Discord and Roblox group. Links in the description. Leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the support. We're almost at 300 some subscribers and stuff. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys.